I was a nightmare. But when I became a Christian that night, things changed. My language changed instantly. My older brother was with me, and he noticed on the ride home from Chicago, we lived an hour away, on the ride home, he noticed something was different. That was a Saturday night, because Sunday morning, the next morning, we got up for breakfast, we all ate together, and my dad asked my brother, how was the Billy Graham crusade? And Alan, my brother, said, something happened to Michael. I think he became a Christian last night. And the whole family were like, what? Him? His language is different. He's changed. He's not the same. Why? Was it something I did? No. It's what the Holy Spirit does inside of us. We go through a metamorphosis. We start changing. We start having the Spirit of God chomping away and taking things that don't belong. That's what's going on. Look at this passage. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 16 through 18. But whenever someone turns to the Lord, the veil, this outside garbage, is taken away. For the Lord is the Spirit, and wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. This statue is getting freed up as I take pieces here and chop it off. It's getting freed. You see what's holding this? What's binding this? The statue, you can't even see the beauty of the statue in here, but it's in here. It's being set free. The garbage part is coming off. It continues. So all of us who have had that veil removed, that's talking about Christians, can see and reflect the glory of the Lord. And the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more and more like Him as we are changed into this glorious image. Do you understand what that means? We just don't get changed. We don't start going through a metamorphosis. We start becoming more like Christ. We start to become more like Christ. God does the work. He does the work. He is like the hammer and the chisel here. This block for this demonstration here represents me. We'll just pretend for a moment this is me. My wife is sitting here and I'm sure she's thinking, yeah, blockhead, that's right. That's not what I'm talking about, but we'll pretend this is me. Inside, deep inside, I'm being changed into more like Christ. But the thing is, I got all this garbage on the outside. God comes along and in a way takes the hammer and the chisel and He breaks off pieces. That's what He does. The parts that don't belong, He removes. Let me put it this way. This was me. As I said, I had really, really bad language. Before I became a Christian, I was my language was terrible. I was cussing and swearing all the time. So God immediately, that's got to come off. On the ride home, my brother noticed my language changed. Did I work to do that? No. God did it with a hammer and a chisel in a way. He broke off the piece that didn't belong. As I told you, I was a thief. Well, that's not like Jesus, so that's got to come off too. So He takes that off. You know, if this thing could feel, I bet that would hurt, don't you think? And sometimes the change, the metamorphosis that God has us go through does hurt. Sometimes, though, like, say, some of the things I was like, really making my parents feel bad at times. Well, I was like, God, that's a problem I've got, and I don't like that. I'll help you, Michael. Let's just get rid of that. And you can see some things are harder than others because sometimes I don't want to give it up. But you know, when it does come off, it's like, oh God, that feels good. Sometimes it does feel good. Sometimes it feels wonderful. Sometimes it doesn't feel good. Sometimes it's swearing, saying God's name in vain. Michael, that's got to come off. Sometimes it's laziness. Hey, Jesus wasn't lazy, so that doesn't fit, Michael. Laziness, it's got to come off. Sometimes it's like living a fake lifestyle. Hey, Jesus didn't do that. That's not Jesus. That's got to come off. Maybe it's something like lying. Oh, God, I need help with that. I need you to take that one off. Let me help you, Michael. I'm going to make you more like my son. I'm going to make you more like Jesus. I'm going to take that off. God, some of this hurts. This is not fun going through this. I know. I know it hurts you. But it's got to be done to make you more like my son. Do you understand? Sometimes we go through difficulties. We go through trials. We go through pain and anguish. These things happen. Why does it happen to me? I'm a Christian. Shouldn't everything go perfect? No, because God has got to change us to be more like His Son. So He chops these things off. God, that hurts. Oh, God, don't hit me there. That one's really going to hurt. Michael, it's got to come off. And He does this. Anger. Oh, God, sometimes I sort of like to be angry. No, it's not like my son. That's got to come off. Oh, that hurts. Or lust. Jesus didn't lust. That's got to come off. Secret sins. Anybody sitting there with a secret sin that you, oh, God, wish you could take this away. Don't want to deal with this anymore. Let me do it. And I'll take it off. God, that hurt. It really hurts when you do that. Maybe idolatry. You got something else that's more important to you than God. That's got to come off. Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe it's pride. Maybe it's a love of money. Oh, that's got to come off. Jesus wasn't like that. That's going to mess up your whole image. You're not going to look like my son, Michael, if you keep this stuff on. Do you see what God does? He's changing us. There's a metamorphosis going on. We're going through these changes. And by going through these changes, He's making us more and more like His Son. If the statue could feel pain, don't you think that would hurt? Yeah. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it's very painful. But you know, eventually, you become a masterpiece